Threads of Destiny, Part 2. After her meeting with the council, Adama returns to her loom, more determined than ever. The storm has passed and the village is quiet, but there is a sense of anticipation in the air. She begins to weave, her fingers moving with purpose. The tapestry that unfolds is unlike anything she has ever created. It blends the old with the new, traditional symbols woven into a modern abstract design. It tells the story of her journey, her defiance, and her hope for the future. As the first rays of dawn break over the village, Adama steps back to admire her work. She knows that her path will not be easy, but she is ready to face whatever comes next. The annual Festival of Ancestors approaches, a time when the village honors the spirits of their forebears. It's a festival rooted deeply in tradition, where the past and present merge in sacred rites. Adama has been chosen to present a tapestry in the village square, symbolizing the balance between the old ways and the new. Adama sits with her mother, Mama Nkichi, preparing for the event. The air is heavy with the scent of incense and cooking fires. "I hope the elders will understand," Adama says, her hands gently tracing the edges of her tapestry, which depicts ancient symbols woven into a new, abstract form. "This festival is so important, and I don't want to disrespect them." Mama Nkichi smiles warmly, placing her hand on Adama's. "You honor them with your heart, my daughter. Remember, tradition is not just the past, it's how we carry our people forward." The festival begins at sunset. The village square glows with lanterns, and the people of Afolu gather to witness the presentation of the tapestries. Adama steps forward, her work draped over her arms. The crowd falls silent as she begins to speak. "I offer this tapestry as a tribute to our ancestors," Adama says, her voice clear and strong. It tells the story of their strength and wisdom, and it weaves in the colors of change, because they too were once young and bold, like us. The crowd murmurs, and the elders look on with guarded expressions. Kofi stands at the edge of the gathering, watching her closely, a flicker of admiration in his eyes. After the festival, Adama is approached by Kofi, who has been quiet since their last conversation. He walks alongside her as she carries her tapestry back home. "You spoke well tonight," he says after a long pause. "The elders were moved, I think." Adama nods, though she remains wary. "I only spoke what I feel. I hope they understand that tradition doesn't mean we must remain frozen in time." Kofi sighs, his gaze shifting to the stars above. "You've always been ahead of the rest of us, Adama. Maybe I didn't see it before, but now I think you're right." Surprised, Adama stops walking. "What do you mean?" Kofi smiles faintly. "Maybe we don't have to follow the same paths as our parents. Maybe we can make new ones." Adama feels a weight lift off her shoulders. "I never wanted to reject everything, Kofi. I just wanted to find my way." Kofi looks at her with something new in his eyes. Respect. "I see that now, and I want to walk beside you, if you'll let me." For the first time in a long while, Adama smiles at him, and the tension between them melts away. A few days after the festival, Adama is summoned once again to the Council of Elders. This time, she enters with a calm confidence, feeling the support of the people around her. Elder Adebayo speaks first, his voice low and thoughtful. "Adama, your tapestry at the festival was unexpected. It stirred emotions in many of us." Adama stands straight, ready for their judgment. "I meant no disrespect, Elder Adebayo. I only wish to show that the strength of our people lies in our ability to grow, just as our ancestors did." The elders exchange glances, and finally, Elder Ifa speaks. "We have seen your dedication to our ways. Even as you push for change, it is not easy to balance both." Adama nods. "I understand that balance is necessary, Elder Eve." I only ask for the chance to continue creating, to tell our stories in a way that speaks to the future as well as the past. There is a long silence before Elder Adebayo finally speaks again. We will allow you to continue your work, Adama. But remember, your responsibility is not just to yourself, it is to the community. You must ensure that your art brings us together, not divides us. Adama smiles, her heart swelling with relief and gratitude. I will, Elder. Thank you for trusting me. With the Elder's approval, Adama is free to continue her work, and her reputation as a visionary artist grows. She begins to teach young women in the village, sharing both the traditional techniques and her new, more modern methods of weaving. The village slowly begins to embrace her ideas, and she becomes a bridge between the old and the new. Kofi, now a constant presence in her life, helps organize a village workshop where people of all ages can learn and create together. He is no longer the man who once pressured her to conform. Instead, he walks beside her as an equal, respecting her vision. One evening, as they sit beneath the stars, Kofi turns to her. I never thought I'd be part of something like this, he says. You've changed me, Adama. She smiles softly. You changed yourself, Kofi. We all have the power to. Together, they watch us past, but open to the possibilities of the future. Months after the Elder's decision, Adama's influence in the village grows. The young and old come to her for advice and guidance on weaving, not just of fabric, but of ideas. She is now more than just a weaver. She has become a symbol of unity between tradition and progress. One morning, while working at her loom, Yemi enters, excited. Sister, a messenger from the neighboring village of Dumo is here. They've heard about your work and want to learn from you. Adama looks up, surprised. Dumo? That village has always followed strict traditions. Yemi nods, her eyes wide. That's why they're coming to you. They want to learn how to honor their ways while embracing change. A smile spreads across Adama's face. Then we shall teach them as we have learned ourselves. When the delegation from Dumo arrives, led by Sango, a young man with a serious demeanor, Adama and Kofi welcome them to Afolu. Sango, much like Kofi once was, seems conflicted between upholding the old ways and exploring the new. As they sit under the shade of the baobab tree, Sango speaks. We've heard of your work, Adama. We respect your traditions, but our elders worry that too much change will cause our people to lose themselves. Adama listens intently. Change does not mean forgetting who we are. It means adapting our strengths to face what lies ahead. I have never let go of our roots, only found new ways to help them grow. Sango looks to the women weaving nearby, their looms filled with vibrant, innovative patterns. I want my people to see this too. Will you come to Dumo and show them? Adama exchanges a glance with Kofi. He smiles, nodding in support. We will come, Adama agrees, her voice steady. The journey to Dumo is a symbolic one, bridging two worlds. Adama, Kofi, and a group of villagers from Afolu travel through forests and across rivers, carrying looms, tools, and ideas. Along the way, they talk of their dreams for the future. Yemi walks beside Adama, excitement in her eyes. Do you think we can really make a difference? Adama smiles. We already have. Change begins in the smallest of steps. When they arrive in Dumo, the villagers there greet them with curiosity. The village is similar to Afolu, but there is a stricter sense of tradition in the air. The elders of Dumo welcome Adama respectfully, though with cautious expressions. Adama and her team set up a workshop in the heart of Dumo, drawing a crowd of villagers eager to see her methods. She begins by weaving traditional patterns, explaining their significance and honoring the ancestors. As the cloth grows, she introduces new designs, symbols of unity, progress, and the blending of old and new. Sango watches closely, his expression thoughtful. I see now that our traditions are not at odds with change, he says quietly to Kofi, who stands beside him. Kofi nods. It's about balance. Adama has taught me that too. We don't lose who we are by evolving. We strengthen it. By the time the sun sets, the loom is filled with a tapestry unlike any Dumo has seen before. It tells the story of two villages coming together, woven from the threads of their shared history and future hopes. At the end of their stay, Adama gathers the villagers of Dumo. The elders speak first, expressing their gratitude and newfound understanding. Elder Abasi, the eldest in Dumo, steps forward. You have shown us a way to honor our past without fearing the future. Our people will benefit from your wisdom. Adama smiles humbly. It is not just my wisdom, it is the wisdom of all who are willing to listen and learn. As the delegation from Mafolu prepares to leave, Sango approaches Adama one last time. You've opened our eyes, Adama. I hope we can continue this journey together. Adama nods, extending her hand. We are always stronger when we walk together. To be continued. If you like my story, follow, like, and comment for more.